Hey everybody, this is Duff. Thanks for coming back to the Enchanted podcast. Today we're going to be reviewing a book, but really it's not just a book. Um, this is it's just me telling you about a book that helped shape the way that I show up in this world. The Way of the Superior Man by a man called David Deida is the most single influential book I've ever read on masculinity, purpose, and love. And I've read it about 4 times, and every time it speaks to me differently. Every time I walk away with more clarity, more strength, and more peace. Um, if you're a man that's feeling lost in your relationships, your career, your identity, this might actually be the book for you. Maybe it's the book that you don't even know that you need it. Most of these self-help books for men are all about strategy and tactics and hustle. Fix this, be that. And it's like being handed a tool belt without ever being taught how to build a home. But in this book, Deida doesn't give you the tools. He gives you a blueprint for your soul. This book isn't how to act like a man. It's how to become one. Um, it's about a man being a man with depth, with presence, and with purpose. It's a spiritual guide to mastering the challenges of work, women, and sexual desire. But one of the most important messages in this book is your purpose must come before your relationship. That's something that shook me the first time I read it. I thought I was doing the right thing by putting love first, making sacrifices, being present for my partner. But one thing I just didn't realize, that I had slowly walked away from me, from my mission, my inner fire, from the thing that makes me feel alive. And you know what? My partner, she can feel it. When a man abandons his purpose, his partner starts to question his strength, his direction, even his love. That's not weakness, that's the truth. And that's what Deida forces you to face in this book. I'm not sure if I'm saying his name right. It's David Deida or Deida. Sorry, David. Um, like, before this book, I thought being nice was enough. Being supportive, being agreeable, trying not to rock the boat. But inside, I was shutting parts of myself down. I was hiding the wild, the strong, the sexual spirit sides of me, and that disconnect showed up in my relationships. After reading this book, The Way of the Superior Man, I stopped performing and I started showing up, not as a perfect man, but as a present one. In my relationships, I had deepened. My ability to love became stronger. I even became a better friend because I started being honest, more honest, even with myself, and grounded. It's an amazing book. Deida, he writes, a man's capacity to receive another truth is a measure of his capacity to receive love. I had to sit with that one because, let's be honest, how often do we get defensive when our partner expresses something uncomfortable? How often do we listen just enough to argue back? That quote changed how I listened, not just to women, but to life. To my fears, to my intuition, to people around me who care. Love isn't about fixing everything. It's about holding space, especially when it's uncomfortable. You know? So one of the boldest chapters in the book talks about sex, but not performance, but polarity. Deida, he says that the masculine and feminine energies are like magnets. This book is actually good for men and women. So it's more focused on men, but women can really pull from this as well. Too many modern relationships become neutral, comfortable, but cold. Passion fades, the polarity dies, and people don't know why. But when a man stands his ground in masculine and invites the feminine to flow, to dance, to be, everything shifts. Sex becomes sacred, intimacy becomes electrified. This book taught me that deep sexual connection isn't about techniques, but it's about presence, breath, and awareness. I hate this mic. Trying to figure out where to put it. This is better. I'm looking at myself and noticing the mic is completely blocking everything. Now, as for a quote, here's one that came back to me quite often. Live with an open heart, even if it hurts. We've all been hurt by love, betrayal, by life not going how we planned. But shutting it down, that's not strength. That's fear dressed up in armor. True strength is staying open, loving, even when it's scary, choosing vulnerability without becoming the victim. Now, let's be clear about something. This book isn't about being superior to others. It's about being superior to your own lower self, the version of you that avoids discomfort, that hides behind distraction, that blames the world instead of owning your life. Deida's challenge is simple. Be better than who you were yesterday. Be more honest, more present, more connected to your purpose. I can't recommend this book enough. There's the reason why you should really read this is if you're a man or a woman or whatever you say you are, who feels misunderstood in love, unsure about your direction, or numb inside your own life, read this book. Don't just read it. Study it. Highlight it. Wrestle with it. Let it challenge you. Because it will challenge you, and that's the point. Okay? I am not the same man that I was before when I picked this book up. And I've had this book for a good 4 years. And I'm more aware of my energy, more connected to my truth, and I've learned to lead, not with control, but with presence, with love, with grounded masculinity. That's why I've read this book so many times and flipped through it, and I always keep it nearby, and I've recommended it to many of my friends. Because the way of the superior man isn't something that you read, it's something that you always return to as you grow. If this video speaks to you, please go find this book at your library or your bookstore. Order it on Amazon. I'm going to put hopefully the link in the description below. Let it work for you. Let it work on you. Let it open you up. Let it strengthen you. And if this review helps, drop a like and subscribe to my channel. I'm sharing more deep book reviews and tools for growth from one man to another, from one man to anybody that would listen. Okay, thank you for being here and listening. Next week, we're going to do a review on a book called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. How to Lose Your Mind and Create a New One. It's by Dr. Joe Dispenza. I've read this book once. It's a very heavy, deep book, but throughout this week before next Sunday, I'm going to be posting quotes like I've been doing every day on YouTube and on Facebook. So find us on Facebook, Duff's Enchanted Podcast. Comment and join us with conversation and just be there. Help yourself. All right, everybody, stay strong. Thanks for listening and watching. You take care. Bye-bye.